Moscow. But as you would imagine, this is a big talking point in the world's newsroom today. Clearly, there are many Russians affected by all of this, which is why we've had such strong statements from the Russian government. Let's go now to Ben James, who has the sense of what the world's newsroom is talking about Cyprus today. Ben?
Well, a great many of you actually are reacting to our business editor Robert Peston's blog on this. It probably won't feel much of a rescue is one of the lines from that. That's at bbc.com/news. Let's get some gauge of some more reaction to it. Stephanie Constantine's next to me, BBC producer with family from Cyprus, and Famil Ismailov is with BBC Russian. Stephanie, what are Cypriot people saying online about this deal?
People are very angry. I've spoken to many Cypriots in Cyprus, and not one person is happy with the agreed bailout plan. People feel betrayed by the Eurozone. They don't feel like their money's secure in Cyprus anymore. And many people have said they would rather have Cyprus had exited the Eurozone rather than agreed to this plan.
And that's certainly a sentiment we've heard on Will Have Your Say on BBC World Service Radio this morning too, from some in Cyprus. Famil, we've heard what Mr. Putin and Mr. Medvedev are saying about this. What are people in Russia saying online?
Well, generally they're asking questions mostly. Then the main question is they're asking, how come the state companies have offshore bank accounts and do offshore business? Aren't they supposed to bring taxes home and invest them in their home country? That's the main question. The others say those who have connections to Cyprus are actually also very angry because that's their money that's going on.
Now, of course, one way of sharing your views with the BBC about any story you see us covering is by uploading a clip to worldhaveyoursay.com. Let's say we have a couple of Cypriots who've done that, both students. Sophie is in Nicosia, a final year student there. First of all, let's hear from Georgios, who is studying in the UK, and he's just flown home.
Ever since coming here, everyone is being really stressed out. Everyone is worrying about the future. The talk of the town is just the economic situation and the banks that are going from bad to worse. So basically, I just hope that after this agreement reached yesterday, the bailout will be agreed, and hopefully Cyprus will start to recover soon. Things are looking really bad, but I believe that we're a strong nation.
Being at my fourth year of studying, it's very depressing right now what's going on. I can't even open the TV to hear the news because it's very depressing, especially for us students. We're about to go out there and find a job and get a salary, and apparently with this situation right now, there's nothing there for us. So there's no future for us really here.
Sophie in Nicosia there, who uploaded a video to worldhaveyoursay.com. There's no future for us here, she says. Stephanie, is that something you're seeing as a typical view from students, from young people on Cyprus?
Definitely. Unemployment in Cyprus is currently at 15%. With the closure now of Laigi Bank, it's going to raise to 17.5%. Students are worried, what jobs are we going to have? There's no money circulating at the moment around Cyprus. You know, even in the short term, there are caps on with bank withdrawals. Nobody knows when the banks are going to open, when money will start circulating. And the other big worry is that that foreign investors will stop investing in the country, such as not just Russian investors, other foreign investors, and that's a big worry. Long term, what jobs are young people going to have, and are there going to be any for them?
And for me, when it comes to that investment from outside, is that a discussion in the Russian media that Russian investors will steer clear in the future?
Well, generally people comment already or think about the statement made by Mr. Putin and Mr. Medvedev, where Putin said that he gave instructions to the government that the loan given to Cyprus in 2011 should be restructured, and that was a big question, as we know. But Medvedev at the same time said that in Cyprus there continues robbing of the robbers. And who are the robbers, people start asking. Why he used such a Bolshevik slogan, as they say, and who did he imply to? Well, that's the very big question for Russians, because many of them think that part of the money has been taken out of Russia illegally.
And do they feel picked on, the Russians, by the European Union? Is that something that's coming through in the way this is being discussed?
Not anymore, actually. It used to be felt like that some time ago when Putin himself expressed his concerns about what is happening in Cyprus with Russian money. But at the moment, surprisingly, there's no comment about that.
It's definitely funny. We're seeing anger in some of the slogans that are painted in the streets of Cyprus. My colleague Mark Hutchings, who's a BBC 5 Live reporter in Cyprus, tweeting some pictures of those earlier on, I noticed. Do you sense anger? Do you sense blame in any particular direction?
Definitely. There's a lot of blame being targeted to the current government. Why have they put the Cypriots in this position? Why did they agree to this bailout? As I said earlier, many Cypriots would have preferred that Cyprus left the Eurozone, went back to the currency of the Cyprus pound and dealt with the situation themselves. They're scared that foreign investors will stop investing in Cyprus, and whereas if they'd left the Eurozone, they feel that people would still be confident in the Cypriot economy.
Well, we'll be discussing on World Have Your Say on BBC World Service Radio at 1800 GMT whether this deal is fair. You can get in touch in all the usual places. WorldHaveYourSay.com is one of those places where you can upload your video comments on whether that is indeed